Hey guys, and welcome to Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows, and today we're looking at Gunkimono from Renegade Game Studios.
In war-torn feudal Japan, the soldiers have begun to question their loyalties, and as their general, you must marshal the troops to lead them to build strongholds and collect honor and ultimate victory.
Gunkimono is a 2 to 5 player area-controlled tile placement game from designer Jeffrey Allers. It plays in about 45 to 60 minutes. Let's take a look at it now.
To set up the game, lay out the board and stacks of army tiles, assemble the end of game stack and put it to the side, and then put out the war banner tiles, the lotus on the bottom, then crane, and then dragon tile on top.
Each player places an honor marker in each column and a stronghold in the 2 rows for the current player count.
Players get 1 small tile for each type of army, and are randomly dealt 3 large tiles. The player who has most recently been to Japan takes the first player's sword. At the Tantrum House, the highest degree black belt goes first.
On their turn, players will first place an army tile. 1 small army tile may be placed instead or used as support for a large army.
The player will then score the tile he just laid. He may choose to score honor, which is the red stronghold symbols, or victory points for the number of contiguous matching tiles.
Once the player reaches a stronghold on the honor track, it is immediately placed on any formation of matching tiles.
Players may add to this formation, but those new tiles will only score honor points.
Once any strongholds have been built, players then score a victory point for each tile in their strongholds formation.
Once all of the tiles have been taken, the end of game stack is drawn from 1 tile at a time until the Gunkimono tile is revealed, signaling the last round. The player with the most points at the end of the game gains ultimate honor and victory. Gunkimono creates a really pretty unique gameplay experience that we've had a lot of fun with. There's some familiar mechanics in it, the whole like domino, creating that contiguous line of color, not being able to overlap things that are the same color really creates some interesting thought challenges as you're working through the game. And overall, it's just a really nice, tight little game.
Yeah, I like that they have 2 different sizes of the tiles. It allows you to have more options on your turn. You only get 1 of each color of the small tiles, so it makes you really think before you lay one of those, because that's your only chance to use that color. I like how it has the different levels, height levels in it, so that you are able to block people completely from an area of the board if you build up around it enough that you can't stack multiple of the small tiles to try and level out an area. So if you leave something at the very base level, you might have it the whole game. I enjoyed that part about it.
Yeah, we have had a really good experience with it at 2 players especially. There's a lot of strategy into like what tile do I pick this turn so that next time, depending on what she lays, I can block her and add to my territory. I was a little afraid that at a higher player count you might lose that it might become more chaotic as just tiles are going everywhere, but I felt like you still had a really good amount of control as you were trying to just cut off other people and build onto your chain every time.
Yeah, as far as the artwork goes, I thoroughly enjoyed the feudal Japan style artwork, especially the box cover. It's got a little stylization to it, which is nice. I didn't, however, enjoy the tile art as much. It's got a lot of small detail that you don't really pick up while you're playing the game. I thought the background of those was a little meh. But overall, I liked the board and the meeple components that go with it.
Visually, when I am trying to do it, I like the cover a lot. I felt like it was an interesting, like when I picked it up, I kind of thought this might be like Way of the Panda from Simon. It doesn't really play like that game. It actually plays a little bit more like Dragon Castle from Simon. Weight-wise, it's probably somewhere in between the two. It's got just a very clean, like how you play the game, but then really deep thought into where pieces are going to go and how you're going to actually play.
Yeah, if this sounds like something that you're interested in, check out Gunkimono from Renegade Game Studios, and then be sure to comment below and subscribe to Tantrum House.
Gunkimono, scratch my eye, sorry. Build the strongholds, that's the word, and get honor and victory. Lead them into, you must marshal the troops, whatever that means. I feel like I wanted to say one more thing also, which is I jumped into it because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I want to talk about Oh, 2-player versus 4-player experience. All right, one more time. Here we go.
Yes.
And then we'd also recommend that you subscribe to Tantrum House. We love having you guys around, and we hope to have jigga jigga baggy baggy. So close, so close.